Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Guy, going up here today with another top 5 video. And today I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I don't like about gaming today. These are just things to do with just gaming in general, with modern gaming, the gaming we know as today. And the thing is, gaming has changed so much over the past years. The days of gaming, everyone had their generation of gaming. Whether you grew up in the 80s and the 90s of the old NES and Super Nintendo days, or the Sega Mega Drives, the late 90s, early 2000s, the PlayStation 1s and the PlayStation 2s, the online era of the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, or you're a modern gamer of the Xbox One and PS4 and so on. And today I'm focusing more on the modern side of things. I just want to start by saying that this does not mean that I don't like gaming, that I don't play modern games. I do play a variety of games. This is just generalization here. So first up, it's kind of a bit of an obvious one, is installations and updates. How many times have you gone out and brought a game, put it in your system, only to have a 80 gigabyte update or 100 gigabyte update installation? Now, obviously, I know installing games obviously has benefits over than, say, the PS2 style of games, but obviously it means the games can load faster and there's less problems and stuff like that. But by that standard, if that's true, then why do you really need to have a disc to install a game if you're going to take all the files off the disc and then still need to play the disc? That's why I've got a digital Xbox One series. But that's another side of things anyway. But I hate it. How many times you just want to sit down, you've been out, you've been doing stuff, you get into bed, you put your controller on, you put your PlayStation on or your Xbox on, and then boom, there's an update. Or boom, you've got to install or something else. I know it's a modern thing, and it just takes me back to the days of when I was younger and I used to get a PC game and then I'd have to leave it to install, and call me old-fashioned, but when I want to play a game, I just want to put it in and play it. There's so many times, I put a game in and I'm going, oh, it's ready to play, and it isn't. I did a short a couple of weeks ago where I showed the Dead Rising, still installing even though I already installed it. It's just a major problem that I have. Of course, there are some ways around it. The best thing to do, if you know you're going to play a new game or an Xbox game or PS4 game, the best bet is to get up in the morning, put it straight into install, leave it to install and do other things until it's ready, depending on when you play your games. But it is an annoying thing, I think back to the days where you could just put a game in and play it, The PlayStation 2, 20-year-old console. I can put a game in and boom, I'm playing it within a couple minutes, Of course, like I said, there are improvements, load times and stuff is improved, but that to me is just something that really grinds my gears, There's been many a time where I've just wanted to put a game in, play it. Not all games. There are some games that, especially with the PlayStation 4, sometimes you put a disc in and it just copies the files over and you can play it straight away, no problem. Other games, have the long updates and stuff, but I digress. That to me is just something that I'm not a huge fan of. Number 2, less bang for your buck and less included in games. This is a big problem that I have nowadays. The scope of gaming has improved. The technology for gaming has improved, but because a game comes out and it has, more visuals and it plays better and stuff, a great example of this is the new Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo 7 has come out, right? I haven't got the game. I'm probably not going to get the game anytime soon. But I just had a little look in it when I was in CES just to see what it says. There's only 400 cards in the game. Gran Turismo 4 on the PS2 has nearly 800, 1,000 cards. The one on PS3 had 1,000 cards. Again, yes, the game's obviously improved and stuff like that. But it seems like we're just getting less and less in our games. There are games out there that have huge amount of content. You know, The Witcher, for example, you know, Elden Ring, you know. There are some games out there that have a lot going for them and have so much in them. But then you have games that are popular games. Gran Turismo, Halo, Overwatch. Well, not maybe Overwatch, but, you know, Battlefield. And it has less stuff in it. Because what is their answer? We'll include more stuff in DLC or in updates down the line. This is the problem that I have. It's too many games nowadays will give you less bang for your buck. Because you've gone out and paid money for a game and you're getting less and less in there. You know, I really don't understand it. Halo Infinite, for example, is a great example of a game that hardly has, in my opinion, it don't have a lot for the multiplayer. There's not a lot of unlockables. It's all battle pass and season pass. You know, when I think back to Halo Reach, that game had so much. You had campaign, co-op campaign, daily missions, skull missions, online modes, Forge World, custom modes, offline mode. Halo Infinite campaign, about 5 or 6 different multiplayer modes, not a lot of maps, no co-op campaign, and everything is battle pass. Yeah, I really, you know, I know some games have overflown. Look at Rainbow Six Siege. When that game came out, it didn't have a lot in there, but now that game has grown. It's got a lot going for it, you know. So I know games improve over time. When a game comes out now, especially if it's an online game, it has too many. It has too much. You know, too less, too little, basically. That brings me on to my third part. Is too many games, in my opinion, focus online. Now, we've always had games that have been multiplayer games and single player games. I think a lot of people that say single player games are dead, they're not 100% right, but I can see where some people are coming from. Too many games these days are focusing more online. Another example, Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite, yes, Halo is a huge multiplayer game. But one thing that I loved about the original Halos was the single player experience and the co-op experience. Don't have that. Well, it has single player, but, you know, and the problem is too many games nowadays focus online. Look at the new Battlefield. That had no single player campaign. I know some people don't like the single player, but some people like to play the single player. The Call of Duty games are getting less and less with the online, more and more online stuff, less and less single player stuff. FIFA, WWE, so many games are focusing online. And then it brings me to my point of connection problems. How many times have you brought a game to play it single player only for it to say you need to be online to play it? I don't understand that. Really don't understand that. Back 4 Blood is a great example of a game that didn't let you play offline. They have updated it, but you couldn't play that game offline. Even if you wanted to play with bots, it didn't matter. You needed to be online. I think that is ridiculous. Any game that has single player in it should not require you to be online. The only time you should ever be online for a single player should have some online aspects other than games like Dark Souls or something like that is when you've got leaderboard. But who cares about that? I certainly don't. My fourth thing is kind of an obvious one. Too many reboots, too many rehashes, too many copies. Oh my god. How many times are we going to get a new FIFA game every year? How many times are we going to get a new Call of Duty game every year? How many times are we going to get a new Battlefield? Come on. How many times are we going to get a remake of this, a remaster of that? What pisses me off about reboots and remasters is they're often remastering and rebooting games that aren't even that old to begin with, or perhaps didn't even need a remaster or a reboot. You know, why has there not been a Time Splitters reboot? If you're going to reboot something, Time Splitters, come on. You know, it seems like more and more companies are like, oh, we can just rehash an old game and reboot it, give it a fresh lick of paint, and then boom, everyone's going to buy it. No, that's not how it works. GTA Trilogy was an example. Yes, it was cool to see them bring back a classic, but it ultimately failed. It seems like one or two things happen when it comes to reboots and remasters. Either they don't put enough effort into it, or they put too much effort into it that people think, why did they not Well, you know, there are some really good ones out there. Resident Evil 2 remake, in my opinion, one of the best remakes of a game of all time. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the Resident Evil series, I know that game was well received. It was well done. There are too many copies as well. How many Souls-like games are there? I know the Souls games are well respected, but, you know, the problem is there's too many out there. When people say, oh yeah, I'm playing The Surge, for example, or, you know, I know Elden Ring was made by the same creators of the Souls game, so I'll give that the benefit of the doubt. But the problem is there's too many rehashes and copies of other games. You know, the problem is when there's so many games that are coming out, AAA developers are putting out just the same thing all the time. That's why I always say smaller companies, indie developers are the future of gaming, because they are taking legit interesting ideas. They may be taking some ideas from other games, but actually doing something interesting with it, bringing back an old style of RPG. I see in one that's coming out soon, which is going to be a retro wrestling themed RPG adventure game. That sounds awesome. So it could be like a Final Fantasy RPG, something we know and see before, but with retro wrestlers like Hulk Hogan, you know, Macho Man, Razor Ramon, rest in peace. That sounds so cool, right? And who's making that? An indie developer, a smaller developer. I will say that the new WWE game, I am a little bit interested in it. I've heard good things, but I don't watch modern WWE at the moment. And the final thing that bothers me most about modern gaming is the price point. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't pre-order games. I've already done a video. I don't pre-order games anymore, mainly because of some of these issues here. But I don't understand why I would pay 60 to 80 pounds for a game, 60 to 80 pounds for a game, and there's so many versions. Oh, you have the standard version, the deluxe edition, the season pass edition, the gold edition, the ultimate deluxe edition. Why so many versions of the game? Back in the day it was simple. You bought a game and that was it. You paid £40. I know the price has gone up because it's more expensive, the technology is better. I know that. I'm not stupid. I know that. But why should I be paying £60 for a game that has some of these problems that I'm talking about, when I can go into CEX and pay £10 and get maybe 5 games on the PS3, and these games had none of these problems? Do you see what I'm saying? You know, I think it's ridiculous. That's why I haven't bought a PS5 yet. Maybe I'll get one in the future, who knows? And that's why, like I said, I'm actually more interested in getting a modded PS3 than a PS5. Because I know that I'm going to get more bang for my buck with it. I know I'm going to get more playtime out of it. I'm not paying £70, £80 for a game that has a long installation, has less in there for the actual game, focus online. You know, let's use a great example, Gran Turismo 7. Why would I pay £60 for Gran Turismo 7 when I know it's going to have a long installation time? I know it's got less stuff in there compared to the PS3 version, and the PS3 version for Gran Turismo 6 or 7, 6 or 5 or 6 has more stuff in it and is a £5 game. Do you see what I mean? For £5 I'm getting no installation time. Actually, I'm not entirely sure about that one. You might have to install stuff on it, but you're not going to have to worry about any updates. You get more cars. There's 1,000 cars, more tracks. You don't have to worry about with the focus of the online stuff. And yeah, it's cheaper. You know, I'll be honest, there's only one game this year so far that I'm going to pay day one price, which is, I think, about £70 or £60. And that is the Lego Star Wars game. Because I've been waiting for the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, because I know that game has a lot going for it. I know that game don't have a focus of online, and I know it's not just a rehash. It's a completely built up from the ground game. So I'm really looking forward to that. Like I said, these things I've outlined are not the case of every single modern game. I know there are some great games out there with original ideas and some great releases that are worth the money. I know that. But I should not be paying these prices for something that has these issues, that has these problems, when I can go and pick up 10 PS3 games or PS2 games or maybe PlayStation 1 games or whatever, Xbox 360, whatever I want, still get enjoyment from them. Yes, it may not have the power of the modern systems. It may not have the greatest graphics, but the graphics and power does not make an interesting game. I've been told by my brother so many times, I don't see how you can go back and play PS3. The frames per second suck. I've never noticed their problem when I played PS3. I think it looks and plays fine. You know, why would I pay £70 for, you know, Demon Souls when I can get the original Demon Souls for half of the price? Maybe even a fourth of the price, a tenth of the price, whatever. But I digress. I just wanted to do this little video outlining these things. Again, this isn't maybe I don't like, this is just I don't like these things about gaming today. These are 5 problems with gaming today that I have. And like I said, this don't apply to everything. There are some fantastic releases out there. You know, like I said, I've been playing at EDF, and I know that's not an overly old game, but it's enjoyable. It don't have some of these problems. And it's just a fun game. It's got a lot going for it. It's a bit monotonous, yes, but I'm enjoying it, you know. And that's why my collection has dwindled slightly, because I'm actually playing my games, beating them, and I'm swapping them for something else. I'm actually enjoying my games. But, you know, I say to my friend, I don't see how you can just sit there and play. You know, I'll give you benefit, mate, for being able to just play Overwatch all the time, or Halo all the time, or whatever. I don't see how you can do it, but that's fine if that's what you want to do. I like to play some different stuff. But I digress. I just thought I'd do this video because I don't know if I'm going to be doing any videos over the weekend. My partner's going away tomorrow for the week, going to watch Chicago or something with her friend, like a birthday treat. So, but obviously things hopefully are going to get better soon. The PS3, modded PS3 could be coming soon, hopefully within the next couple of months. We'll see. And as always, guys, happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Hope you enjoy your day. Don't be drinking too much of that drink, laddies. You're getting too much pissed on a pint of Guinness. You'll fucking wake up the next day with a fucking banging headache. Yeah, I apologise. And if anyone's having a flutter on the Cheltenham race, hope you win. Hope you win some money, and good luck to everyone. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like. Can't do that too much because I carried shopping back yesterday. My shoulders are killing, man. And as always, guys, subscribe if leave a comment below. Let me know if you agree with some of these things. Are you a modern gamer, a retro gamer, middle type gamer? What's your favourite console? Just let me know what you've been doing recently. I'll probably do some more videos in the weeks and maybe reviews. So tonight I'm going to chill with my partner. Tonight we're going to watch One Missed Call tonight. The original, not the remake. I actually didn't mind the remake. Wasn't a great film, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. So I'm watching the original tonight. And as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't already and join the family. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Mad Tiger. And as always, check out the eBay store on my channel if you want to check out anything I've got for sale. I've got some more stuff up for sale. Sold a couple more things. As always, guys, take care and have a nice day. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.